Hello and welcome back to another cleaning video. We have another 20th anniversary to celebrate. I'm a little late on this one, but I mean, this time of year there was a lot coming out, in the build up to the holiday period for end of year, particularly with family movies. Speaking of, that is exactly what we're cleaning today. Chicken Little. I'd tell you about this movie, but I don't really know much about it, other than, I preferred Stuart Little. I don't know who this chicken fella is, but, I mean, jokes aside, I'm aware of the film, even at the time. 20 freaking years ago. Get that center frame. I just never saw it at the time. I don't think I was really, taken by the idea of it. So this would be one of the games that I play that I have not seen the movie for, which I think is reasonably uncommon for the family / children's movie type thing. They're rated G for I think it's general rating. Yeah, general. There it is. I wonder what army he serves in. Anyway, cool. So let's get cleaning. Not too much to clean. Really. We just basically got some stickers, got some old guck somewhere there. Inside, not too bad. Unfortunately, we do have a bit of creasing in the manual, and these gloves make getting said manual out pain in the butt. Those folds were there before I touched it, I swear. Probably for the same reason. Ooh, hello. Just noticed that. Didn't see that last time. Not gonna lie, I don't know if that was me or not. But anyway, I'm not too fussed about the condition, because it seems to be reasonably fine. And it could be a lot worse, because if you didn't spot it earlier, there's actually a bunch of water damage here on the case. So I don't know what that's from, being second hand and all that. So hopefully it's nothing sus. In any case, we need to vacate the contents of the box. And I'm not used to using these gloves because it's been a while. So in terms of smudges and stuff, the disc isn't too bad. There is a bunch of scratches though. I have played through most of the first level, or like a decent chunk of the first level, to make sure the disc actually works primarily. Also, hang on, say hello to yourselves. Hello, that's you there. Anyway, so the first level seemed to load fine and everything. There is a pretty deep looking scratch right here, which hopefully will not do a Piglet's Big Game on us, where you can play the entire game until you get to the final cutscene, where it then says, no actually, I don't want to, I'm going to just not. And I'm going to hang the game, and you're not going to be able to do anything about it. So let's get this cover out of the sleeve. There we go. Take a bit of a closer look at that water damage. As far as I'm aware, there's not really a way to fix that. And I do not have like a printer or anything to like attempt to... Ooh. Okay, it's a little... yucky. See, I don't know if the yellowing is because it was like, someone spilled the coffee or something, or whether it's just like a 20-year-old liquid on paper. Could be both. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and question that though, because sometimes answers are better left non-existent. So we'll start by getting rid of these stickers, because they should be pretty easy. They would have only been placed on reasonably recently, probably sometime in the last year, give or take. So we're going to use our trusty plastic razor blade. I gotta remember how to use the lighting again. So basically we're using this blade to, well, if I was any good at it, helps if I've got it the right way, to sort of get under the edges of the sticker, so we can attempt to peel it off without problems. I say as I'm struggling to do exactly what I've just said. Alright, here we go. We got a good purchase. It looks like this stick is probably going to be a pain in the butt, actually. So we'll do the other one, since we've already got... There we go. Alright, we'll get nice and close for you guys. And gals. And, you know, whoever you might be. Wait for the autofocus to catch up. Come on. Focus in. Here we go. Ooh, look at that. And... oh, alright. Ah, no! I ruined it! And I accidentally gave you guys a finger. Oops. Oh no! Whatever am I going to do? The sticker's stuck. Who'd have thought it would be doing what it's called? Sticking to things. And we'll bugger off that to the side. And then we'll try and make this one not rubbish. Really need to get like a third light set up, because it's really awkward getting these close-up shots. Because all I do is create shadows. All those pesky rogues and thieves can hide in those. They're going to steal my copy of the PS2 game Chicken Little. I paid however much was on that sticker before. Like $6, I think. $6 dues. Oh no, I've totally broken the bank to get this. Anyway, let's see if we can't get this particularly stubborn part of the case off, the sticker off. Here we go, that's getting good now. Freaking shadows. Some ways my old lighting setup was better for this. I kind of just sucked in more areas than this one does. Cool, that's another bit of sticker unstickered. Can we just do this? Good. Yeah, close enough. We can just wipe the rest off, I reckon. Instead of trying to fat finger my way through grabbing that. So, there is... looks like some damage here to the sleeve. Nothing I'm particularly fussed about. I've got some that are more damaged than this sort of stuff. Got another hole there, or like something's like stabbed and scraped across it or something. But yeah, so what do we want to use? Because I feel like, at least for this part, the dissolve it for the sticky residue is going to be overkill. So I guess we'll just try some. Got some Windex, I guess. Start with the basics. Or general, multi-purpose cleaner. That's basically what this is. So it doesn't need to be specifically Windex. There's nothing, particular about the brand or the product even, really. It's just the cleaner. It cleans. Well, it says it cleans. I'm inclined to believe it cleans. I'll just sort of give the whole thing a bit of a wipe down. Don't think you can really see that. It looks like it's got a bit of a brown smudge where there wasn't before, which speaks volumes of how filthy this case actually is. And most of the filth, honestly, is probably underneath. So let's dry that up a bit. I don't think they really changed much, to be honest. But we got a layer of dirt off, so that's good. We just... there we go. A little bit of friction and camera wobble, and it's gone. So, that in mind, we'll grab our cotton buds, cotton whispers, or whatever the hell your region of the world calls them. It's just a bit of cotton on a stick in the shape of a bud, a seed bud thing. We'll try and get some here. It's been a while since I've used this. There we go. Oops. Bit much. I've leaked. But with a little bit of that on there, a little bit of that on there. Ooh. Oh, come on. Thing. There we go. Ugh. Yucky. Yuck, 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 yuck. Our nifty trick from before, where we just... Come on. Ooh. Okay, that's actually working. Yeah, friction. Let's do it. Let's fly Jetstar. Anyway. There's a local reference that is not like super duper old at all. So that's basically the sticky stuff gone from the front. Oop. Hello, autofocus. Welcome back. So yeah, unfortunately it does look like a lot of the guck is underneath rather than on top. That's always a pain in the butt to get. And I was particularly worried about getting to these parts underneath. But I guess we got to start somewhere. Oop, hello. Looks like we got a bit of sticky stuff here on the corner. So, right. Let's get some. Honestly, the dissolver was kind of overkill, though it did work. So, you know, no fault to it there. But I think, honestly, some cleaning stuff would probably work good. Actually, I'll grab a paper towel. 20 freaking years of existence. Same can be said for a lot of humans also. Cool, we'll just wet that. Nice and wet. And we'll get rubbing. I'm not too fussed about getting like the liquid under here like I've just done, because we do kind of need to get it under there anyway. Try and get rid of some of the guck. So honestly, not as bad as I was expecting. Not great, but we've had worse on the channel, I'm sure. Do a little bit of extra on the spine. So, what I have neglected to do till now is actually the outside of the case too. So, I'll do that. Don't know if you really saw the before of that. But you know, is what it is. Looking much dirtier now. Inside, honestly, does not seem too bad in terms of visible dirt. We've got some speckles up here to deal with, and some looks like finger smudges in here too. Or maybe just, you know, other smudgy type stuff. So I do want to get rid of that, because we've got water damage on the bottom of the cover. I don't want to add any to the top also. So I've already used that rag with a liquid. So what we'll probably do is just chuck the whole thing under, if I could coordinate my hands, which Brain and Fat Fingered Gloves says absolutely not, it's forbidden, straight to jail. No idea if this makes any difference, but yeah, it feels like it does, and honestly sometimes that's all you need. It just needs to feel better or different. Well, there's a bit of a life hack there for you. Alright. Placebos can be a powerful tool. Alright. Yeah, I have no idea if that achieved anything other than drying out the wet parts. But that is mostly what we wanted anyway. So, this might actually just be damage to the plastic sleeve itself. More so than anything we can actually fix. Same can probably be said for the other side. But honestly, it's a bit of a shame. Yeah. Let's test that theory. I realize I'm doing all of that off screen. See, I keep doing that thing where I thought I paid attention to what it was like before, so I could, you know, finish it and then see if I see a difference, but now I'm wondering if I'm seeing a difference or whether I'm just imagining it. So a counterpoint to the life advice, where it's all like, oh yeah, placebos are kind of good actually sometimes. They can be good. You know, sometimes they can be bad also, because I can't tell if I'm doing anything at all here. Let's just get full ham. This one will definitely see a difference if it's got quick and clean off, which it's not. So, good news. I'm wasting my time. Excellent, cool. So, let's quickly do the inside. And we'll wrap this up, because this was supposed to be a quick one. And they never are. I think it was a wet spot. I don't think it was actually. Or if it was a wet spot, it is now dry. Let's re-wet it. And get on in there. So yeah, nothing too much to report on the inside, I believe. Cool. Nice and easy. We got those spots gone from earlier, and there was the like oil fingerprint smudgy things in the memory card holder there. So I think we're done on the inside basically. We could do a much thorough clean, I'm sure. Like if we could get a cotton bud and like really get into the corners here, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to, because I would rather move on to cleaning the disc. Shall move that stuff out of the way for the moment. We'll take a look at little squiz at the disc. So the front, the top side, picture side, there's a name for this side, I forget what it is off the top of my head, but you know, this side, pretty good. There is a tiny little scratch in the artwork there, but you know, genuinely not a problem. Is it a scratch? Yes, it's a scratch. Thought it might have been like a pet hair or something for a moment there, but no, it is a scratch that we don't care for at all, because we're busy gonna clean this side. So I'm going to try and not remove this from my hand, because it's a pain to pick up when it's flat against a desk or surface, and I've got these annoying gloves that make delicate work difficult. So don't need anything too crazy, just because, you know, most of this, any sort of smudges and stuff are like not there to begin with. It is mostly just these scratches you have to worry about. Which again, so far in my brief testing, the disc works fine. There was one hitch in the opening cutscene where the game kind of froze while it presumably loading the rest of the level, or you know, the level after the cutscene or whatever. Point being, I'm reasonably confident it was the console I was using at the time, not the disc. But for the live stream, I'm just going to switch to a dry part there to get rid of any excess fluids. Yeah, the console I'm using for the live streams of this is back to my fat PS2, which is the one that couldn't play the Alien Trilogy when we tried to do that. But the one I tested the game on, or like most of the game on, was a slim PS2, which is one that can play PS1 games. So if I wasn't starting to fall desperately behind on 20th anniversaries, I would be playing Alien Trilogy instead of Chicken Little. But, you know, schedules be like that. We'll roll with it. It's not going anywhere in a screaming hurry. So, yeah, not too much different, to be honest. Just, you can see the scratch is a bit nicer now. Lovely. That's how you know the game is loved, maybe? Sort of. I mean, it could be a bit nicer about it for sure, but, you know. Cool. That's the disc, clean as it's gonna get. We will awkwardly open the case again. I'll say a quick hello to you again. There you are. Hello. And hello and goodbye, and how do you do? Click that back in. Hopefully that comes through. I do need to fiddle with a microphone setup where I can get all the case noises and stuff without my annoying voice over the top of it. Let's see if we can't flatten that out a bit. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to continue. It's a bit better. It's not as flippy-uppy, I say, as it's returned to the normal amount of flippy-uppy. So, cool. Contents returned. You can see the dodgy manual part there, which... No, I took it out before, that's why I wouldn't have seen that. So, I'm gonna have to pretend that this, you know, water damage isn't there. I mean, I probably could try to clean some of it, like it's probably safer to clean some of this inside stuff, but I don't really want to mess up the outside, even though it doesn't cover any of the actual artwork, which is, in my mind, the most important part. But you know, tis what it is. Also, I feel like I've done this the wrong way around, in that I should have put the cover back in first, and then the manual and the disc. But I'm rusty, so shush. That needs to go down a bit lower. Just the tiniest smidge on the right hand side. Because I don't want the top of the cover to be hanging out the top of the sleeve. There we go. Okay, you know, that's gonna do it, I reckon. What is that? Okay, I think it's just a bit of damage. Thought it might have been like a maker's mark sort of thing. But no. You can see the tiniest sliver of a back artwork there, which is kind of annoying, but honestly there are things in my collection that are far worse in that regard. Speaking of maker's marks, we got MRA. They made the cases for a lot of things. There's also, you know, the patent numbers, I think. But cool. There's the patent numbers for this particular case, I guess. Because some MRA cases don't have the holder, and just in general, they got a few different versions as the years went by. So I'm gonna quickly clean off my area, because we don't want that in the end shot of the video. Because we're cleaning here, not leaving a mess behind. So there we have it. A much cleaner Chicken Little. I do kind of like the simplicity of this cover, or like the artwork. But anyway, that's Chicken Little. You can check out the live streams. If they're not up already, they will be shortly. Otherwise, you can check out some of my other content on the channel. We can clean some other things, like we've done Batman Begins for the 20th anniversary. We did robots like back in the very beginning of the year, being February, that sort of thing. We've done a bunch of live streams games from there, even the ones that I haven't cleaned or didn't need to clean. I think Fantastic Four was one of them. That one was alright, didn't mind that one. But anyway, I'm rambling. Chicken Little, done, live streaming eventually. Check it out. Farewell, goodbye, ta-ra.